Hello, baby. Oh boy, it's so hot today, man.
It's so hot. It is so hot.
It's hot, Mac, in Topeka.
I'm a hot
Yeah,
Topicker.
Mac, but I'm not a kid.
Classic reference.
Yeah, the people still like that show, right? I mean,
People
canonically,
Canonically.
I was I was gonna say something to make sure I'm absolved. I was gonna say that Frankie was one of my first crushes, man. You got cool.
Oh, that's from that shows. That shows.
Yeah.
Foster's Home. I forgot what I didn't know what you were referencing. I just said
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
classic reference.
Oh, you don't.
Bum,
That's like-
I don't have
Yeah,
an
there it
insight.
is.
I don't have a photographic memory.
Well, believe
of
me,
cartoons that I watched.
Frankie in her date outfit is right here, brother. It's photographed into my. Well, the photograph of it is what my brain did of the
Just-
episode, and then it's in my.
There's
it's in
just
my-
like
my
regular.
hand
Like,
palace.
you could find naked photos of real women on the internet very easily.
Yeah, but they're not Frankie
Okay.
Foster,
Okay.
and they're not, and they're not voiced by Grey DeLeslie. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, Grey DeLeslie.
Yeah.
I'd like to gray
think-
her DeLeslie.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess she's real for you, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
She's real for you.
She's
For
real
you.
to me.
Bane's also real.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, there's cartoon Bane, but then there's also real Bane.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Who's the voice of
you'd
cartoon
wanna have
Bane?
sex with cartoon
Is that James
Bane.
Adaminian?
Where I'd
Which-
want to have
which-
sex with real Bane. That's the difference between you
No,
and
but
me.
like which one though?
Well, okay, I know. Well, the most recent canonized Bane voice is he looks like the original cartoon one, but his voice is a parody of Tom Hardy as Bane.
Oh, okay. So not
Yeah.
not the Spanish one.
You know what he said when in a guy with an MD.
Medical doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot the quote. I say it all the time. I say it all. I mean, maybe the people.
And now it's gone.
Podcast.
Are-
Fuck,
so
I was.
this is a
I
Bane
tried to
quote?
make it. I was well, yeah, it's a Bane quote, and
Maybe
I
we
was
can work
trying to.
backwards.
Well, that's the issue. I was trying to hint. I was trying to make a joke out of the quote, but as I was trying to make the more vague the A to C connection that I always do, it made me forget the actual thing that I was trying
See,
to
that's
say.
why sometimes you just got to keep it simple, you know? You
Doctor-
overshoot. Okay.
Dr. Pablo. Oh yeah, okay. So what would Bane say if he didn't want to go, or his MD friend
Okay.
Yeah.
didn't want to go with him? Anyway, the quote is Dr.
Yep.
Pablo refused to offer in favor of yours. We had to find out what he
What?
told you about us.
What a joke.
Thank you.
What a damn joke.
I mean, yeah, I mean people should like this one because it's not overly raunchy, even though we did start out with a hot cartoon babe.
that's you. Just to be clear, that is you.
I want to say that there's a lot of guys out there who would think Frankie Foster is hot.
Okay.
It's not just me. Okay.
I know it's not just you.
And
There's
it shouldn't
dozens
be.
of us.
I mean, I was seeing a bunch of people being really horny for all the people on Total Drama Island earlier this week on Twitter, and my reaction to them was the same reaction I had for you. I was like, "Come on,
Camaraderie?
no, no, no!
I'm sorry.
Of course not. No, it's okay." But anyway, enough about cartoons.
Yeah.
How about some cars, my tune? That's what I call you. What's up, my tune?
Wait, what? How is that a car?
I'm just trying to segue to something else now. That was my perfect segue.
Well, I'm still-
Speaking of cars, segue. There we
you go.
Yeah.
I do want to say, Spencer, not to add to your Tummyverse thing that we just canonized in
Oh,
the
of
previous
course.
episode.
No,
I
please
got
add
it.
to the Tummyverse.
Oh, I will. Yeah, people are gonna love this.
Yeah.
they're gonna think that this is over, and they're gonna listen to this episode, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, fuck these
How
guys."
is this coming out like months after the other one, right? Or like weeks
No,
at least?
this is the next one. Oh,
Oh,
week.
okay,
Yeah,
good.
week. Normal schedule. 2 weeks after. Normal
Okay.
schedule. but for us,
Yeah,
it'll
you're
be
not going to escape
hilarious
the
for us.
Tummyverse. You're not going to
Yeah.
escape the Tummyverse.
So I went
There is
recently
no
to the.
escape.
Maybe I should have started with this because this is a more interesting anecdote, but it's too late. I went to the Art Center grad show, which is Art Center is the Pasadena Design School. It's one of them in LA. It's pretty big. I think I heard it's like the best one or something. I don't know. I didn't go to an art school, but I went with James, a friend of ours who
Okay.
is a graphic designer. And you know, as a art or design school, it has not just it has like fine art, it has illustration, it has corporate art, it has architecture. It's crazy. These the students there are like super talented. And again, I've never been to any other design school or a design show. It everything felt super professional. It was really great. And so a lot of the students, you know, like they want to work in animation or they want to work in game design. So there's a lot of background stuff. And then, you know, obviously for your show, you create, you know, you come up with a concept and you paint it, you illustrate it, and you know, if someone talks to you, you can explain the concept. And there was one where I'm very sorry I didn't ask about it because let me set up the scene here.
Okay,
So
set that scene.
maybe I should actually I should look up the actual photo so I can describe it for you because I don't think you've actually seen it. But I'm gonna try and look for it right now. And it is here we go. So it's a pickle
Oh.
on a
Okay, let me guess. Please tell me. It is a pickle on a table in a garage. There's a screwdriver next to him. He has a unibrow and blue hair, right? Please tell me that's what it is.
I don't.
Pickle Rick.
Okay, I thought you were doing VeggieTales for a
No!
second.
Wait, hang on. Actually, you're kind of onto something. Pickle Rick going to VeggieTales, learning about God. I think that would actually help him out a whole lot.
That sounds like a Robot Chicken sketch, actually. You know what I mean? Like it sounds like.
Well,
like
hold
they
on.
would
Let me
totally do that.
give me 1 second. I gotta make a call. Boop 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 boop. Hello, Seth Green.
Hey,
I have a brilliant idea for you.
tell me about it.
Quit Family Guy. VeggieTales, Pickle Rick. Boop. That was me hanging up.
That was it. Okay, cool. Well, hey,
Do
why
you
did
like
they call me?
the ringtone pack that I got for my phone?
Yeah, what's it called?
It's called the Boop Beep.
The Boop Beep,
Yeah, the Boop Beep.
Volume 1.
Yeah, exactly. Boop beep boop. That's actually
Yeah.
volume 2
Are
is
you-
beep boop.
Yeah, are you dialing right now, or are you just telling me what the name of the...
No, I'm just
is
telling
called?
you what the name is.
Oh,
I
okay.
actually
That's-
I recorded it though. This is a little bit of a sneaky ad. Although I'm kind
Nice.
of ruining it by telling everyone that's a sneaky ad.
Yeah. Let me continue
Transparency.
painting the scene for you.
Yeah, please,
So
sorry, I
there's
was
a
talking-
pickle
yeah.
on a like book. It's almost as if it's a table. There is a toaster going like, what the heck? There's a bunch of people going scared. There is a pepper or coffee. I don't know what he is, but he's like, oh my god, like he's fainted. There is
Wait,
a salt shaker that's super
pepper-
into this.
Wait, peppers / coffee? You don't know what the...
I opened the photo when it's too small right now because we're
Okay.
recording this episode, so I can't tell what it is. I'm assuming it's coffee because I see some spilled liquid. But it's
Okay.
a darker container, and it's standing next to the salt shaker. The salt shaker is
okay.
super into this. The milk pitcher is like, I'm over this, and so this pickle is there. It's screaming, and there's a knife about to cut it, and you won't believe who's holding the knife to kill this or to do this pickle.
Ronald McDonald.
It's a slice of bread, Spencer.
Holy shit! Holy shit! It's coming back. The people
What do you-
in this movie is like it's
It's
entering
in-
reality.
It's the
It's
bread.
in the subconscious of everyone. The bread.
No,
I'm telling
people
you.
are thinking about bread. People are thinking about the Tummyverse. This is gonna be like everything. We can quit our jobs and live off the Tummyverse forever.
Just cash it in, man.
And I now know the artist who's going to animate this movie for us.
Yeah.
Because
Oh
this
my
person
God.
clearly, or at least the visual development of it.
Yeah.
So, Jane, if you're listening, we got a job for you.
Exactly. This is the most important job you're ever gonna take.
What if I
This is-
DM'd this person was like, hey, I got a pitch, and they go like, what the fuck is this idea?
Are you ready to be remembered in the history books the same way that Betsy Ross is remembered?
This is the
Wait,
beginning
wait,
of your
you're-
legacy.
You're telling
Exactly.
me that the Tummyverse is equal to the
To the
creation of the
American
American flag.
Absolutely, 100%. That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, in the future, the bread is going to be the flag of America, is what you're telling
yeah,
me.
they were gonna have the Tummyverse party. They're gonna take over
The
they're gonna take
TVP.
the TVP.
That's
They're gonna
funny.
win the presidency.
Okay.
They're gonna win the House and Senate. They're gonna win all that shit back.
They're going to call it the Bread House.
It's gonna be the bread. It's gonna be the bread house. Or maybe the fridge or something. The White House will be called the fridge.
The fridge. So again, we're almost at our time up, Kiyoshi. So we're thinking
Yeah.
of you. But back when I was in college, I did some like freelance work for a department on campus. The career, I think, or like the student enrichment. I forgot what it was. It was like a student development thing. And they called their program the fridge, because they
'Cause
have
it was
what
so
you need.
cool.
Well, they have what you need. All you gotta do is open the fridge. You know what I mean?
Okay,
see.
I don't know.
Not-
That's not how a fridge works.
Well, it's like when you're hungry, you open the fridge and there's food, I guess.
Yeah,
But-
sure, but you have to get it in the first place. It's not just the fridge doesn't make the food appear.
It's not. What's the Star Trek thing that like makes the food, like the
Isn't that
synthesizer?
just
I
a
think.
replicator?
The fabricator.
Oh, replicator.
Yeah.
I think is what it is.
Or
Fabricator.
Is it fabricator?
I don't
the
know.
fabrication
I don't know.
machine.
I'm
You guys
not.
remember that?
I'm no Trekkie. I'm sorry.
The three of us
Kyoshi, I'm
are-
sorry.
Are
Combined,
yeah.
we have zero Star Trek knowledge.
What do you? Wait, hold on. I
We-
watched Star Trek.
Okay.
Then
I
what's it
forgot
called?
what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
I forgot what Star Trek was. Tell me they're trekking through the stars?
Yeah. What's the thing?
That sounds like a pretty big enterprise.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered of Spacco.
Yeah.
Well, hello,
what's-
Uhuru.
Have you seen the thing from TNG where it's like a box with just like a face on it? So it's like a metal box and there's just like a human face in it sticking out, and he's like, "Ha-ha!" It like delivers. So I haven't actually been able to find a video of it, and it's so upsetting because I've seen this image posted around the internet for years, and it is this thing in Star Trek lore where this one planet, when they have to send like an important message, like an invitation to a wedding or other important ceremony, they have a box that has a human face on it, and the human face delivers the message in this crazy voice. And the photo of it is crazy, but there's no video of it, at least that I have found. That doesn't involve me watching just the entire episode, I guess, but I don't know where it's streaming. I just need to see the clip of this box delivering the message with a crazy voice.
That sounds kind of crazy. That sounds.
Don't recall.
That sounds
It
weird,
sounds crazy.
actually.
Let me send you the picture. I'm going to send it in the chat.
It's funny if you have like it is funny that you have a picture of this thing, but you don't have like video proof of it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a girlfriend.
So it's called
like-
a
it's like
Betazoid.
Bigfoot.
It's called a Betazoid gift box.
Okay,
That
Yeah.
sounds like an insult.
Betazoid gift box.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
send.
what's up? What the fuck is this? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
see?
crazy.
And I can't find a GD video of it anywhere.
Well, just watch. Like, you just gotta look up what episode it's in and just watch that. Yeah, I don't want to have this. I'm sorry, I gotta.
The momentous day is close at hand.
This day is close to hand. I mean, this is if Kiyoshi has to skip through this, he's gonna be like, guys, I can tell you all about
He's
the
gonna
Betazoid
perk
gift
up.
box. Yeah, perk up.
He has one in his house.
That's scary.
I wouldn't want. I would have to burn it. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if
it's
this
scary.
thing burns. It looks like it's made of metal.
Well, you can burn metal. You can melt it.
Yeah, you can smelt it.
Yeah, you can. How many pounds of jet fuel?
Pop it.
That's a great question.
Yeah, actually, I think the joke is that jet fuel doesn't,
doesn't.
melt steel beams. Yeah, steel beams.
But
Speaking of steel beams, welcome to Sound Direction, a Menzer podcast about the stuffiness.
that's
I
right.
am one of your hosts, Ethan M. Wong.
I'm Spencer DSO.
And I'm MJ.
And believe it or not, this is not just a podcast of three guys talking. This is not just a pop culture podcast, even though we love pop culture. I'm a pop culture junkie. PCJ.
You gotta get me off that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to pop culture.
Disconnect the IV.
I just got it plugged into the movies.
Oh, just movies?
Just movies and TV and music and radio. That's
Yeah.
pop culture to
And
me.
video games.
Yeah. Hey,
Video
we
games.
interviewed Brett. We got comic books in there. CBs.
Yeah, CBs.
Comics.
There's a
CB
CB.
radios.
There's an animated show called CB Bears, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, CB Bears cartoon, and oh, I forgot. Okay, not to make this not to make this go back to the beginning here, but I'm pretty sure that the CB Bears, they have a sultry voiced female character that you never
come
see
on.
on the show. But no, you don't see her. You don't see her.
But
the-
did you still just the voice got you hot? Is that what happened?
I mean, it's okay. You're gonna have to see a clip of this thing, man. I mean, that's
Okay.
that's the joke of the show, though. Like they never,
Oh,
they're in love
the
with the
joke
voice, but
is
like,
the
yeah,
joke is that the voice is so hot.
yeah, it's like Sarah Bellum from Powerpuff Girls,
Yeah.
the adult character on the show. By the way, I'm just gonna make that clear.
Uh-huh.
If people don't know what that is, but you never see her face, but you do see the bod. So I guess that's like one up better than the CB Bears, CB lady in the radio thing.
Yeah.
Lady
How about
in the
Lady?
Rady.
Lady in the Water, is that I was gonna say Tarantino. What's his name? The other guy?
M. Night. M.
Oh,
Night
never
Shyamalan.
mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was that Peter Jackman. God, Guillermo del Toro.
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jack. I'm Peter Jackman.
Hey, I'm Peter Jackman.
I got Kings of the Square. That's Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings, but yeah.
Kings of the Square.
So
What would
write that
Taika, like,
down.
what would the opposite, like the opposite Taika Waititi be?
TD Watoti.
TD Waititi? Hey, I'm TD Waititi.
Write down Kings of the Square and TD Watoti somewhere.
TD Waititi. I'm making what's the opposite of Thor? Or how about I'm making the Gills because didn't he make Boys or something? Isn't that a movie he made? Or Boy?
I don't know what that
I'm
is.
making Gil.
What's the opposite of Jojo Rabbit? Phil
making
Tiger.
I'm making Phil Tiger. It's a movie about
Stalin, like
it's a movie
imaginary
about
Stalin.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about white suits in this
Oh,
episode.
that's right. We are eventually.
Yeah, we thought that there's so
Summer's
much out
here.
there. Yeah,
And
summer
we
is
did
right up
start
our
off
ass.
by saying it's so hot.
That was okay. That was originally, and of course, my crazy mind went straight to hot cartoon ladies.
Yeah, that's literally you're thinking about that 24/7. You just kind of have like
Who's
a
the
loop
guy? What's the
of,
guy?
like, yeah,
that...
Dexter's mom and fucking the rabbit lady, Jessica Rabbit,
Yeah. Well, she's not.
or the
she's
other
just-
rabbit,
Yeah.
Lola Bunny. Yeah.
I was gonna say isn't there that thing of the rehearsal where the guy has all the animated like he thought about animated girls or something like
No,
that.
there's a part where he's talking about like Betty. He's
Oh,
talking about
Veronica,
the Archie
yeah.
girls, and he's like Betty and Veronica. And he's like they both have the same face, they both have the same body, so it really just boils down to if you like blondes or brunettes or something.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I get it, man. Anyway, we're talking about neither blonde or brunette. We're talking about white.
That's right.
Uh,
We're talking about
well, I
white.
guess white hair is closest to blonde. Gentlemen prefer white hair. That's the cougar version,
Yeah.
or the gilf version. Oh boy.
Gilfy.
But yeah, this is a classic menswear staple, or just actually it's not even classic. It's just a menswear. If you like hashtag menswear, you like suits, you probably have seen white suits.
Well, as we'll get into,
it's part
it's
of the
just a clothing thing in general. This is like
Yeah, people like wearing white.
and people have been wearing white clothing literally forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who haven't, you should listen to our episode on how we think about color, where we talk about like the connotations of just colors in general and how we apply it in menswear. It's a really good blog post. Shout out TJL, who helped us make that. He had the whole. Actually, was that TJL? Maybe I gave the wrong person. No, Eric. It was Eric. Oh shit, Eric wrote that one. Anyway, thank you to both of you guys.
Yeah.
In general,
Thanks to everybody.
yeah, but here we're talking specifically about white in tailoring, in jackets, and suits. But I feel like it'd be remiss not to talk about white pants first, because that's kind of like
It's
the
part of
main
it.
thing. Yeah, I mean, most guys, when they introduce white to their wardrobe, especially when they're in the first stages of their style journey, when they first get into classic menswear, or hashtag menswear, white pants is like the gateway into white.
Yeah.
Wearing white,
or if
in
not
tailoring.
white, it's like very, very light khaki, which I feel like
like
most
khaki,
guys-
cream.
Off-white.
Yeah, more
True.
guys are like less scared of than like going full stark white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is something there about. I mean, I wonder what it is, right? It's like you want to be different. You don't want to wear gray and the navy are just corporate for you. Jeans are regular, so you wear white, right? Like there's something. It's fun. There's connotations to the navy or to like seafaring stuff, which we'll get into later. But it's like it's just the easiest way to get into it. So many articles. I tried finding some of the ones, and all of them say like, "Oh, when you want to be different, wear white pants." Like it's just like it's like the go-to. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's I don't know what it is. And the funny thing is that it transcends like classic menswear. Like in summertime, you see a guy wearing like a geometric or floral, very tight, short sleeve button up, and they're wearing it with white jeans. You
Yeah.
know, guys
Yeah.
wear it with Chelsea boots. Guys wear it with boat shoes. Like it's so like ubiquitous. You know, um,
It's kind of like a go to hell pant, but I think it feels I don't know if safer is the right word, but like because it's
yeah, it's
white.
more than just go to hell, right? Like
Yeah.
it transcends the idea. I mean,
Well,
maybe it's like
because
the original
I mean,
idea of it.
part of it is that like just by the nature of it being white, it is very bright and noticeable and stands out against most environments.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
unless you're like I don't know, unless you're on the white sands beaches, which is maybe where you'd be more likely to wear white, or like on like at a ski resort, you're gonna stand out. It's literally gonna reflect more light than darker clothing.
Yeah.
yeah, it just makes sense as as like spring summer attire because there's more light around. I mean, people. There's all the hashtag men's stuff when you see guys wearing like white jeans with like tweed jackets at Pity Womo. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's like the white pants are. I mean, they're all year round. One of the first white pants or cream pants were flannels, so like presumably you could still wear it into fall winter, and some people do. You see that in like Esquire Man illustrations. There's like guys wearing blazers, like university blazers and scarves, and then like white pants.
Yeah.
Flannels in general were worn by athletes, as sportswear on and off the court or whatever because they, wanted to keep warm when it was cold.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, white pants. I mean, white is so easy to wear. It's usually made of cotton, like the original white pants. At
Mm-hmm.
least from our very brief research into this.
Well,
Cotton
there.
is a white fiber, and so it's undyed. So it's just easy to make white pants.
I mean, there's a lot of like fibers and like fabrics that when they're undyed are white, and something
Yeah.
that came up a lot in like the little bit of research that we did on this because it's again like people have just been wearing white clothing forever. It's hard to do
Mm-hmm.
a definitive history of white clothing, but one of the things that we kept finding is that most of the time, if a certain profession wears white as like workwear or something like that, or if like a culture does it, a lot of times it's because it's just cheaper to not dye it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's that's probably why you see it as like workwear, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you see it as you know it's easy to see it as just like resort wear attire and like like oh fancy Palm Beach suits which we'll get into, but there's still like I have white work pants, you have white work pants. Painters clothing was
Mm-hmm.
white. It's also was worn by like the military. It's easy to see where when it gets dirty you can just bleach them. You don't have to like wash it and be concerned if you're gonna lose the dye.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the best thing about like white pants. You can watch it. People wash them hot, so you could just clean it thoroughly, right? There's the whole thing about like British uniforms being red and white so they could see like they had those strict policies on like how clean it's supposed to be, which is what according to American lore, right, is why we won, because they were so concerned with their clean uniforms that the guerrilla American revolutionaries were able to beat them because we didn't care if our browns and blues got all fucked up.
We hated those.
Yeah. And so yeah, so this it just kind of makes sense that people wear them today, and while people may not have the workwear connotations and everything, it just feels like an easy thing to wear, and it's just as we've gotten more into dyeing and wearing other colors, white stands out, and
Mm-hmm.
so it makes sense that like again the hashtag menswear media says yeah let's wear white pants, like let's you should try it out. It'll be different. It's a very intentional look, and so
Yeah.
spring summer white
And I
jeans
mean
Pity Womo. It's
and
so
it's
popular.
really it is really easy to wear with other things, obviously.
Yeah.
Because it's I don't know, it's a very neutral color.
Hmm.
Most it's gonna look good with basically anything that contrasts with it.
Yeah, I mean, again, like we're both a testament to it. I wear it with tailoring. You wear it with like your HBT jackets and everything
Mm-hmm.
like that. again, there's different types of it. Like not everything is like a white trouser. Like we said, like most of the time when guys do it's like white jeans, white 501s. It feels very like 80s, 90s. Um, there's also again white pleated trousers, again military and like um, classic vacation tailoring and everything like that. But
Yeah.
despite its ubiquity, um, we don't see a lot of white suits and jackets very often.
Hmm.
That's kind of like what the case is here. It's because it's kind of like an ode to the white suit and white jacket. Um, because it's not that it's unfairly maligned, although maybe if you wear it, people are like, "What's up, Mark Twain?" or like
Yeah. Well,
Mister
yeah, because
Mister
Colonel
Dandy,
Sanders.
now, yeah,
or
I was gonna
Colonel
say now
Sanders. There you go.
now it's really associated with like yeah, like very like dandy or like
Dandy, gentlemanly,
gentleman clothing
gentry.
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And it kind of makes sense, despite its history being in workwear and military stuff, the suit itself, having a white suit is like a mark of privilege because like a
Hmm.
white suit being wool, yeah, you know, you could wash it. Back then, people did wash their suits, but it took a lot to care for these things. A white wool suit, presumably you were wearing it just out and around whatever you were up to. You had to keep it
Hmm.
clean. There's a fact of like leisure around the white suit. Again, this is not like a painter suit where you just bleach it when you're done with the day. You can't really do that with a white suit. So there is the guys who wore it. There's a very intentional look behind it. And like Spencer says, like it's probably of a very privileged class. You know.
And it is different than it used to be because like we've mentioned this many times before, but for most of the 20th century, where most people, including working class people, would be wearing what we considered like dressed up or like business clothes or whatever most of the time. During the summer, people wore linen suits or like lightweight cotton suits, like white suits in general, just out of practicality because it's cooler. It's like less, it's more comfortable to wear that in the summer than it is now. But now, since most people you would only have like maybe like one or two suits like total, like one for work and then maybe a more fun one for like weddings or something like that. It's when you have a white suit, it kind of implies you have many more suits in your closet.
Hmm.
Yeah, it does signify something about you. And
Yeah.
Exhibit A right here, guys. Ethan M. Long.
Hmm.
And I think people avoid white suits a little bit. I mean, there is the not just a privilege thing, but white has like the religious connotations. It's very it's ceremonial. Like a lot of weddings and I guess Korean funerals, right? They also use white, so there is an essence of occasion imbued into a white suit, and so nowadays you just when suits are meant for like kind of like this boring occasions, unless you're getting married, you don't really need a white suit. It just and
Hmm.
especially as if your suits are not meant to be like your all-purpose gear, or like the idea of a matching lapel jacket and trouser is not what people have to wear anymore. In the summer you can wear literally anything else. The white suit, you don't have to do that. Like you could wear a t-shirt and shorts, like
Hmm.
that it's perfectly acceptable, so people can skip out on the white suit. um, there's also the kind of colonialism vibes of a white suit. Like I remember, I don't know if I'm just zeroing in on stuff, but lately at flea markets I have been finding pith helmets, and I do think it's pretty awesome. Um, as a kid, you watch like the jungle, or you go with the Jungle Cruise ride, and you see all these adventure movies, and you're like, man, a pith helmet's so cool. Um, it feels more dignified, and I guess that's probably the colonialism talking compared to like a bush hat, right? Like the kind of like that Australian with the snap
Hmm.
on one of the sides of the crown. But how do you wear a pith helmet? Like either are wearing it with safari gear, or they're wearing it with a white suit, because it was like the rich guys visiting, you know, the what they call like the Orient and Africa and everything. And so like there is like this, when you think of a white, one of the things I think of a white suit, especially in like the 20s and 30s, if it's not like Palm Beach, it is like colonialist people, like
Hmm.
like Western people visiting like the fields, the poppy fields, and everything like that. It just it has that kind of vibe to it. So it's
Well,
really
it's like
you know
there's a whole thing in Heart of Darkness where there's the accountant who's wearing the like the starched collar white shirt or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so I don't think it's they say it's a full suit, but you can kind of assume based
But
on
even
that.
yeah, in Apocalypse Now, when he sees the French Indochina people,
Uh huh.
the at least the main guy is wearing a white suit. At least from what I
Yeah.
remember.
Mm-hmm.
And so like yeah, like there's something interesting like when you watch movies like that, like, when they have the rich family in the jungle, they're wearing white clothing. Like there's just like this like
Yeah.
tradition of doing it.
Well, because
Um,
again, and that's also like a practical thing because it's just again, it's cooler. Not cooler as in it's like, oh man, that's so cool, but just cooler temperature wise.
yeah, I mean
Um,
we don't have to say how great linen is, and I'm
yeah.
sure undyed linen is like white or cream or off, beige colored or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Um, so you have that. You also have it as again like as vacation wear, right? You have
Mm-hmm.
that lots of illustrations, and presumably taking this idea of it being very practical and needing to wear a suit because that is just what people wore on vacations or just to anything back then. White suits were advertised. Whenever it was spring, summer, get a Haspel white suit. White
Yeah.
cotton, white seersucker, or and for the purposes of this, I know we're halfway through the episode, but like I'm counting like off white, cream, very light beige,
How about
elements of
seersucker?
seersucker. Yeah,
Yeah.
seersucker, all in this like white suit idea. I mean, we could have called this light suit, but white suit is the whole aspect about this.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you do have this advertised to you, and you see it in photographs. There's that famous that like fit pick guy that we had. Someone posted scans of, where he took a fit pick on a balcony
Yep.
like 1933, and he's wearing like a white DB suit with
Yeah.
like sandals and like a beret. And it's like fuck yeah, like even this guy thought the white suits were cool.
Mm-hmm. And I mean,
Movie
they like
stars wore white suits.
no, absolutely. I mean, it's like now light colored suits are considered like much more casual. And I mean, they still were like obviously
Yeah,
like a
compared to
dark
business
charcoal or a
wear.
navy
Yeah.
suit is going to be more formal, but there's still like photo like FDR like wore white suits. Like
Yeah.
presidents wore
Hmm.
white suits. It was not something that was just like a like yeah, people in high places still were wearing white suits.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, like we keep saying, that there's like a privilege behind it because like maybe like a poorer person would not have a white suit. They would just wear their one suit the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a note here. Also white has like a uniform quality to it, and we said this earlier, but like yeah, bakers, doctors, lab coats, which we'll get
Yeah.
into wearing stuff later
Well,
on.
yeah, because I mean, just the general connotations culturally of white clothing. I mean, it's worn in a lot of religious wear. It typically signifies cleanliness or purity and stuff like that. Sometimes it's more like showing, I don't know, like austerity and humility and stuff like that. But that's pretty consistent throughout cultures. That it shows, yeah, it's cleanliness, purity, etc.
Yeah.
Mm.
And there, I guess it makes it easier to wear. It's interesting how much of it is in, um, and what do you call it? In workwear stuff, or things that will get dirty. Like it's great. Like I know we tried to look up like what do you call it? Baseball. We saw the history of
Oh,
that,
baseball
right? Where like
pants.
baseball pants are white, karate uniforms are martial arts are white. Um,
Astronauts.
Astronauts are white. I guess that makes more practical sense because they're to like to stop the sun, literally the sun's rays, and everything like that. But yeah, people wore white, and I want to see it in tailoring more. But let's
Hmm.
move on to one of the most famous examples of white or white fabric, I guess, in the 1920s to the 40s, and it's Palm Beach.
Well, we should
Um,
say really quick that you say it's one of the most famous examples of white fabric, but Palm Beach cloth was not just white.
that's
They
true.
made
That's true.
they offered many different types of fabrics, colors, and patterns, or not fabrics because it's all Palm Beach cloth,
Yeah.
but different patterns and colors and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, most of the non-white ones aren't around, or at least aren't as common.
Yeah. I mean, they must be in museums or people are fucking wearing them because they're
Hmm.
fucking awesome. Um, but yeah, it's a proprietary cloth made by Goodall Mills,
Hmm.
and they made it starting in 1911. All of us have owned variations of Palm Beach fabric over the years. It was. I like here that Fedora Lounge is written by Dinerman, or he is this is Spencer Stewart. He's the proprietor of Bozeman Vintage, really great vintage store. Bought a lot of my ties from him over the years, back when he was vintage haberdasher on eBay. But he wrote up, and we'll put it in the show notes in the essay, this really great overview of Palm Beach. And so he says here that because of like how famous or how popular it was, and all of the lookalikes and copies that came out of it later on, people just use Palm Beach for like a light colored suit, like a Palm Beach suit, which I think is kind of fun. It's like Xerox or Kleenex or something, right? Um, and so the content here, I have it here. In 1912, it was cotton warp and mohair weft. That's the way, the direction of the fibers are the way they're woven. In 1941, it changed to be softer and lighter, and they said that they don't know exactly what it was, but it probably had cotton, mohair, and rayon. The latest 1940s one was confirmed to be cotton, mohair, rayon, and then it depended on the exact region of where it was sold and the fabric's application. He says an example of a late 40s Palm Beach necktie was 50% rayon, 32% mohair, 12% cotton, and 6% nylon. So, it was an interesting. It's meant to be cool, and it is a heavy fabric. I don't know. The ones I've owned, they're not exactly breathable. Like and again, like, we didn't have a lot of open weave fabric back then. Like, back then it was just more about being light.
It's a more loose weave than some other fabrics, but it's not. I don't know. It's not like it's hopsack is lighter in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's not porous, right? It's not like that. It is. And in some cases, it's scratchy. Some cases, I mean, and it's also
Especially
pretty heavy.
the older models, the addition of rayon. It's pretty scratchy.
Yeah, yeah. It's the mohair that makes it scratchy. And so, it probably feels like almost like a 12-ounce suit. Like, it feels heavier than my Chris Bear suits, and Chris Bear is only like 9 to 10, so this is definitely more than that. But then again, most suits back then were like 11 to 15-ounce weight suits. So
yeah.
But the reason we bring up Palm Beach is because when you're in the vintage community and you're wearing a white suit or white pants, white jacket, 9 times out of 10 it's Palm Beach.
Yeah.
The other 1%, a 10%, not one, the other 1 out of 10 chance is that it's usually a cream flannel. But again, Palm Beach was the main choice for. Well, not choice. I mean, it's just kind of what you find. Like we were saying, like, linen suits did exist back then, or maybe they just fell apart, or people just kept them, or whatever. But cream, off-white, white suits, most likely Palm Beach, and that was kind of my introduction to seeing.
Well, because I think Palm Beach is has this kind of reputation just because of it's a collector's item. Like we said, it's pretty popular in the vintage community, and I think some of that is because there are some like it has. A nice texture, it like drapes pretty well, stuff like that. But I think also because it just doesn't exist anymore. Like
the fabric itself, yes.
Yeah, the fabric itself doesn't exist because you can look up the history for more detailed information on the Fedora Lounge website. But essentially, like the company got like sold off a couple times, right? Or they started like.
Yeah, the mill was shut down officially in like 1956. 56. Yep.
Yeah. And then eventually the Palm Beach brand was like just kind of sold. And so you find a lot of 60s and 70s Palm Beach stuff on eBay. And sometimes people who are newer to the vintage scene kind of get like confused when they get that, and it's like they buy like what they think is a Palm Beach suit, and then they get it and it's like polyester.
Yeah.
But there is this kind of this kind of mystique that it's like, oh yeah, this fabric isn't even produced anymore. Like you can't even get a repro if you wanted.
Yeah, so wearing it in the vintage community is like a flex, and you gotta hand it to vintage guys, like they wear it a lot, usually. Everyone
Benny
rolls around.
Reese, one of the big menswear sellers in Los Angeles, That's his thing. He loves collecting Palm Beach. I
Neckties.
think
He has
Palm
a Palm
Beach.
Beach tie wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But in terms of the suits, I mean, guys wear, and we do it too, like, odd jacket, odd trousers, and then the full suit together. There is like again, it feels fun. It feels, yeah, it's sportswear in a sense, right? It feels like you're on 1930s vacation. There's a fun vibe, to it, and
Hmm.
uh, and now again, you don't really have that nowadays. Like, it's not common, and even at Pity Uomo, like, again, most of it is like white trousers over like white jackets and suits.
Yeah.
There's something special about the white suit. There's even a white jacket by itself. It feels like you're trying to do evening wear, which I think is so cool.
Hmm.
Even wearing a white jacket with jeans, or just wearing it, with like gray trousers, navy trousers, brown trousers.
Yeah.
It feels
Well,
it still feels so intentional. It feels fun. It feels fancy, even if like the jacket again is supposed to be sportswear or more casual.
exactly. And I mean, and I do think it does, like, I still don't have one, but I really, really want the white double breasted jacket. Just because I think that is like so easy to wear as like a casual piece. Obviously, it's easy to dress up to and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But something, yeah, that something about the white double-breasted jacket is just like, I don't know, the coolest thing you could wear any like during the summer when it's hot out. It's so nice.
I honestly I find it like it's even easier to wear than a single-breasted one. I feel like a
Mm-hmm.
single-breasted one feels a little too, even if it's like, even when it's done in like a sack cut, like three roll two. The DB just feels better. I mean, in general, I like wearing DBs a lot. I wear my double-breasted blazer,
Mm-hmm.
over the single-breasted one. Not that I have anything against SB blazers, but like there's something about DB, and wearing it with white kind of makes sense, right? It's already you're getting two quote unquote loud things, or things that people don't really do. Not many people wear double-breasted, and not many people wear
Mm-hmm.
white jackets, and so
Mm-hmm.
doing it that way is fun. I feel like, obviously it would be great if I had a single-breasted white suit and a double-breasted white suit. But if I actually owned both, I would probably wear the DB one more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even for evening wear, I would wear the DB odd jacket more than the white one. You know, I mean, it's good to have both, but there's something about the DB white that just makes it so much better.
Yeah.
And I think when you see it, most Palm Beach suits that I see, and even like in photographs and everything, it's usually the white one in like the golden era photographs and everything
Well,
like
because
that.
the ultimate one for collectors is the white double-breasted belt back. If you can
Yes.
get that, especially one with like cool patch pockets or something like that, that's the best suit you can own.
Yeah, it's so cool. And hey, if it's dyed, that's crazy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, let's talk about like the vibes, of like wearing it today. And
The
there's a couple
vibes.
articles that I
My
that I
vibes.
have. My vibe, wife. Hey,
Yeah.
have you guys heard of Internet Borat?
Yes, but say it anyway.
My Wi-Fi.
There you go.
There it is. Um, so on Slate, there's this article from 2005 called "The Enduring Mystique of the White Suit," and he says, or the author says, like, the white suit, however inexpensive, which first off, like, usually they're
Hey,
expensive because people
man.
don't make them,
Yeah.
is always an absurd impracticality, even as an act of defiance against all practicality. It is never neutral. Like a white Rolls Royce, for example, a white suit contains grandness, tackiness, egotism, sex, and cash. Such a confluence is found in Fitzgerald's first presentation of Gatsby, dressed to impress Daisy in a white flannel suit, silver shirt, and gold-colored tie.
Ooh.
And I like that the author says there was no way that afternoon Jay Gatsby could ever have worn dark blue, and that's really interesting because it's getting really at the intentionality when like when you're wearing a white suit, you're probably doing something that you probably wouldn't wear anything else to do it, right? Like when I
Mm-hmm.
went to, I mean, the good thing about Dapper Day is that there are multiple a year, so we can wear a blue suit to one of them if we wanted to. But when the most recent one that we went to, it was like Spring Dapper Day. All of our friends are going to this. It's the first one we've gone to all together in like a couple of years.
Yeah.
I would not wear a dark blue or even my favorite brown suit to it. it, I had to wear the white suit. It just made sense. Like it was
Hmm.
right there. Um, the author goes on to say, like, if a white suit is a way to draw attention to oneself, maybe or maybe not, it can also be a way to associate yourself with someone else. Wear a white suit, you might hear someone say, very Hemingway, very Evelyn Waugh, wow. I don't know who that is. I don't know who
Yeah.
Graham Greene is. Or very Mick Jagger. Um,
Hmm.
not not once did someone call the author of Tom Wolfe, because the most famous wearer of white suits in recent times is Tom Wolfe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's funny that, as I got into menswear through, you know, golden era stuff, right? Mostly Esquire Man illustration. So the Tom Wolfe aspect of this did not really occur to me. Like, I mean,
Huh.
I also didn't really read his stuff, and
I
whatever.
was gonna say we have to bring him up in this episode. I definitely think he is probably for most people, he is probably the quintessential white suit wearer.
Yeah, I mean, this is not meant to be a slight against Tom Wolfe, but like when I see it, it is like, I mean, he is like a very classic guy. So whenever I see it, I'm like, oh, I've seen this look before already, like in an
Mm-hmm.
Esquire illustration. So that's my bias on it. I know that he's very important for a lot of other menswear guys to get into the idea of wearing a white suit, and it's just also, again, it's really funny that Tom Wolfe, the writer, there's a lot of pictures of him photographed in his office, I guess, wearing the white suit is, and whenever he goes out to galas and events, he is wearing it. But again, for me, the best pictures were always like Cary Grant, just like casually sitting around. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Time magazine describes his look as a trademark white Tom Wolfe trademark white suit and vest, high necked blue and white striped shirt with a creamy silk necktie. And again, sounds like Esquire Man to me. Um,
Yeah.
I tried my best to find this photograph and I can't find it. I might have to look through Google on my Google saved stuff. I think I deleted all of those because I needed space a long time ago. But there is an illustration of, like, I think it's like a soda ad or an ice cream ad or something, and it's an illustration of like a teenager or young guy, and he's sitting there in ecstasy because this girl, he has a bunch of kiss marks on him, and
Yeah.
the girl has his her arm around his shoulder, and I think it's like maybe it's a fragrance ad or something, but clearly this guy is like so attractive. And not only is it because of whatever product they're advertising, but he is wearing a white double-breasted suit, a blue and white striped shirt, and a cream and black or cream and navy blue uh, tie.
Mm.
And with that, like that, I thought that was the coolest thing. And so seeing Tom Wolfe do it, I was like, okay, I can see it, and maybe Tom Wolfe saw that illustration when he was younger, and he was like, I want to dress like that too. Um, but every photograph of Tom Wolfe is in this uniform. It's really cool to see someone take such a bold thing like a white
Yeah.
suit and turn it into a uniform. And he has multiple. There's like SB three pieces. There's double breasted ones that he
He's got them
has.
all.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and I'll take the opportunity to share some Tom Wolfe quotes from 1989 when he was interviewed by Bonnie Angelo for Time magazine. He says that clothing is a wonderful doorway that easily leads into the heart of individuals. It is the way they reveal themselves. Um, and when asked does it bother you to be called a dandy, he says not at all. Writers, whether they want them to admit it or not, are in the business of calling attention to themselves. My own taste
Mm.
is counter bohemian. My white suits came about by accident. I had a white suit made that ended up being too hot for summer, so I wore it in December, and I found that it had really irritated people. I had hit upon this harmless form of aggression, and that's cool. I love it. Tom Wolfe is great.
Yeah.
It makes sense, right? I mean, a white flannel suit would definitely be too hot to wear in spring summer, despite its
Mm.
color. Like we talked all about in our color episode, where when you wear something in a color that people expect to be one thing, but then you put it in another fabric, you wear it in another season, it makes this kind of fun subversion that, again, can play into the foundations of what you consider to be your style. Tom
Yeah.
Wolfe wearing the flat, or I'm assuming maybe it's a flannel suit or something like that. But wearing it in December is a fucking power move.
And everyone hates it, so he did it more.
Yeah.
A little more pop culture, white suit stuff. Have you heard of the Ray Bradbury short story, The Magical White Suit?
No, I haven't read that one.
So, okay, well, it was later named The Wonderful Ice Cream Suit, which became a movie in 1998. Which is kind of I haven't seen the movie, but based on my scanning of the description, it seems like it's kind of like the male Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, except it's
Love
with a
it.
white suit.
Nice.
Let me send the.
Did we say that book is about them getting laid by wearing like the same pants or something? And then I could be. I never read
I
the
don't think
book.
we've ever said that. I don't. I've never.
I think a friend told me like they wear it when they like go on dates, and it's like I'm like that's kind of weird. But I mean, again, I can't
Yeah.
imagine like what if like, hey guys, you guys gonna wear this suit? I got fucking laid wearing this suit, baby. They're
I
funny.
mean, maybe that's what it is, and you don't wear. It's a white suit, so you don't see any stains on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This has gotta. What the hell? I gotta put this in the fucking article. What the heck?
Are you looking at the movie?
Yeah, I'm looking at the movie.
And it's set in East Los Angeles.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. Fantasy comedy film. Written by Ray Bradbury. The
Mr.
play
Ray.
and screenplay.
Mr. Ray.
That's from Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really, really fun to see. I mean, the other person I could think of that was wearing white suits that was like a trademark look is Mark Twain.
Mm-hmm. Mr. MC. The MC? MT?
Yeah. I also have photos of Albert Einstein wearing white suits,
Ah.
which is kind of crazy.
Well,
There
do we
is,
want
like-
to just get into like classic white suit combos in a little bit?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
music?
yeah. And I was gonna say, like, seeing it, like, there is kind of this fun idea where it's calling attention to yourself. I think Tom Wolfe hit it really hard. Like, I think when you own a white suit, it just makes sense that you probably have some kind of profession or some kind of you're in a position to where you want to call attention to yourself, or you can't help but call attention to yourself. Which is maybe
Yeah.
why rich people wear it. But then you have like intellectuals do it, artists do it. There's David Hockney wearing white suits. He has white cotton. He has like the seersucker suit, etc. And you can't help but wonder that people are, or not wonder, people are probably intentionally invoking this idea, right? Ralph Lauren, like the white suits are a classic part of Ralph Lauren's style. You see it across his lookbooks for Polo, for Purple Label, and everything like that. There's this kind of like I don't give a fuck attitude. As MJ brought up earlier, go to hell, right? Like there's just
Go to
this
hell.
kind of vibe that goes with it. And it makes sense. The people who would have that attitude are rich people or intellectuals, dandies, artists, whatever. And so seeing people wear it definitely has it. I mean, hell, man, even in The Wind Rises, he wears like at least like an off-white suit. The guy who invented the Zero. You have Gatsby wearing it, which was one of my first introductions to like a white suit. First introductions that wasn't a like Mark Twain or something like that. Seeing Gatsby wear this, it makes sense. I actually like the look that he does for the 2013 Gatsby movie, where he wears it with the bluish gray shirt, the like gold yellow deco stripe tie. Not a huge fan of the vest, like the olive vest that he wears, but I think that's kind of an interesting choice.
Yeah.
But the Robert Redford one is pretty good, right? Where it's a little bit more 70s, because of like all the thick stuff. But like wearing it like the gold brown tie with the blue shirt, like almost French blue shirt, and a 3-piece white suit. Even
Yeah.
Nick Carraway gets to do a white 3-piece with a yellow shirt and foulard tie.
What color combos do you like with white suits? Because I feel like the two. You could do the really kind of like trendy like late 30s look where it's the white suit with like a dark shirt and then lighter tie or something like that.
Yeah, dark shirt, chambray shirt. I know you like doing that a lot.
I
mean,
like
when
doing that. The other
One of the
I
best
don't-
photos I have of you wearing the Palm Beach suit back in the day is like you wearing
Yeah.
it with that, your Mr. Freedom chambray spear point,
Uh-huh.
and then like a red and yellow deco stripe tie.
Yeah, but then I think the other fun way to do it is kind of the opposite, which is white suit, white shirt, and then dark tie or something like that, where it's less contrast. But I like both of those a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me with white suits, it's got to be Esquire, man. There's something about it where I can't really wear too many solids with it. Like it's gotta at least be a striped shirt or a patterned tie. Like I think
Mm-hmm.
too many solids altogether feels a little bit too prom to me. And again, I know that that Robert Redford's Gatsby does it. It just feels like too samey to me.
Mm.
So my natural inclination to wear a white, what to wear with a white suit, just like anything else, is like a Bengal striped shirt. It could be my most natural one is the blue one. Blue reverse stripe is also fine. And then I feel like it depends. I feel like it depends on what vibe I'm going to go for. If I want to go for something like that's more timeless, as in like versatile, like not really decidedly in one era or another. I guess agnostic is a way to put it. I'll go with a
Mm-hmm.
striped tie because it can feel 30s. It can feel Ivy, and Ivy people still wore white suits, or white
Yeah.
cotton suits, off white, whatever. But if I really wanted to get, super fancy with it, go more dandy, more Esquire Man, and more Ralph Lauren, then you wear it with a geometric tie. I think
Ooh, there
blue
you
on
go.
blue, like a blue geometric tie, could be foulard, could be medallion, could be polka dot. Wearing that with a blue striped shirt, especially feels very Ralph Lauren. But of course, doing it with I think like a brown foulard tie with a blue shirt. I have a lot of Bengal striped shirts. Unfortunately, are OCBDs. And here's the thing. Here's my small rule. OCBD or button down collar with a white suit, especially DB, feels a little counterintuitive to me. I've said it before that I don't always reach toward wearing a button down collar with a DB just because I feel like a
Mm-hmm.
DB is dramatic. I want to match the expressive contours of the peak lapel with a sharp point collar. However, I get around that by usually pinning the collar of my OCBDs or button down collars to make it feel more like a point collar. So that's how I
Okay.
get past wearing it with like a yellow Bengal striped shirt, which is like one of my favorite things. I have a green one as well. There's something so inviting about wearing white that just lets you wear other colors with it, especially in shirts and ties. Um, in stripes, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
a white suit with like a solid green shirt might feel a little bit hard to wear. I feel like it'd be cool if I did. It just wouldn't be my first combinations with
Yeah,
it.
I'm trying to think. I mean, maybe like a sage or a mint green or something. Like a
Yeah.
lighter green. Yeah.
But even then, it feels like I would be doing too much of like a menswear, not
Um.
illustration, but a menswear ad. Like for like I feel like a lot of suit ads, like the ones you see in like an actual catalog or a magazine, where it's like, oh, $5 for this suit. A lot of it is like solid suit, solid shirt. It's the
Yeah.
Esquire Man ones that have a lot more of the pattern mixing at play, and
I'm
as if everyone
still.
knows, I'm an Esquire Man.
I still love that one catalog illustration that shows the guy wearing cream flannels with the top two pieces of a brown three piece. I still love that look right there.
Yeah, cream pants and white pants in general.
Yeah.
Um, One thing is, I think white suits love berets. I feel like a beret is kind of a fun way to play into the idea of it. Obviously, the Panama hat or straw fedora works. I would not wear a fedora with a white suit.
Hmm.
Because I feel like
Really?
if a white suit or a white jacket or whatever, if it's too hot to wear a wool suit, then it's too hot to wear a hat.
Yeah.
But
And
how about like a straw hat or something, or even like
well,
a silver belly?
that's what I'm
Because it's
saying. I
like,
feel like if it's a
yeah,
straw hat, that makes sense. But a wool or a fur felt fedora can't do it. Silver belly, I feel like, is the only exception to the rule where it feels like
yeah.
it's light colored. You can do it. I'm
And
thinking
because
like
it's
even a
there to
light
keep
gray,
off
I
the
wouldn't do
sun,
light
you
gray.
know. You need to if you're wearing a white suit, you need to keep off the sun. That's my counter argument.
That's true. But if I was doing
Yeah.
silver belly with the suit, it would be white odd jacket. I'd probably wear it with like
Uh-huh.
jeans, kind of leaning to the more casual or like rockabilly Western vibes. But full
Yeah.
white suit, I don't know. Unless my full white suit and silver belly is worn with like a denim shirt or whatever. And I was gonna say
Uh-huh.
before we move on to separates, I haven't done too much of solid shirt, no tie with white suit. I feel like it's a little bit Saturday Night Fever, which is still a vibe, but my white suit isn't cut in a sexy, dramatic way. It's very full and slouchy. So I
Yeah.
feel like, a solid like shirt would be lost. However,
However,
my black rayon western shirt has white pearl snaps, so I feel like it would kind of make sense to wear with it. Like, there's a little bit of contrast. But a lot of my gabardine shirts are solid. I feel like white suit, solid red shirt. It feels, I don't know, it feels too color blocky. It feels too easy for me.
hmm.
I feel like not that it's bad, but I feel like there is a better combination that I would do. So I also, in addition to not really doing like the solid shirts, I feel like I want to do like t-shirts with white suits, but again, I feel like that's a little too Miami Vice.
Hmm.
I feel like it depends on what kind of white. I feel like it would have to be like an earth tone as opposed to like a solid like, or even like a dark blue feels a little bit too Miami Vice. I feel like a dark, like a mauve or like a taupe shirt. I feel like makes more
That
sense to me.
yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm thinking of because I
Um,
have the anthology knit tees, which I think are cool.
yeah, I could see like the bright tea. I don't know. That does seem a little like Instagram Explore page maybe.
Yeah, especially because like all the brands like J Crew like did like a revamp of like the 1980s like colorful T-shirts like the yellows and
Hmm.
everything, which I do wear like with like jeans, but I feel like when I wear it with like a white suit. And again, this is not saying that a white suit is any semblance of an essential for anybody. It is
No.
foundational for me because when I think of the character of Ethan or the person that I am, and we're gonna get to that at the end of the year when I do like a little fun reflection on who I think I look like.
Recap.
Um, because hey, MJ and Spencer got theirs this year, so I'm doing mine. Um, but it is foundational to me. So, but one thing about having a foundational thing is it doesn't have to go with everything. Like, just I wear my white suits and my white garments a lot, but that I don't wear it with just every like I don't. I'm not gonna wear my white suit with like gator boots, for example.
Hmm.
I've got other ideas here.
Yeah, because I feel like the white suit does feel like, although I feel like you can do separates pretty easily, as like
Oh yeah,
kind of like a more rugged thing.
yeah,
With the white full suit, that is, yeah. I feel like you have to dress that one up a little bit.
yeah. No, exactly. But let's maybe we can talk about like you said something that's easier separates and separates are something that
Hmm.
you guys have more of.
Yeah.
So maybe Spencer, if you could like run down the white separates that you own and how you wear them.
Okay. Well, the thing that I wear most often are my white pants, which I've had a couple versions of. Two of them have been no, sorry, just one of them has been double RL. The one that I'm wearing right now, which are these HBT cotton. They're just cut like officers chinos, but in a white HBT, which are pretty nice.
Yeah.
Mine have gotten a little bit dirty, which I was trying to do. I didn't. I wanted them to look more like work pants rather than like nice like white dress pants.
And it is cool to
Um,
have HBT fabric in white, and usually it's like a
exactly.
plain weave or a twill or something.
Yeah, but I like those a lot. Previously, I still have them, and I kind of want to wear them every once in a while. These really cool, like Polo Ralph Lauren cotton linen blend pants that are like a late 20s, early 30s kind of style,
Yeah.
where they have like a really subtle like stripe. They have like the one back pocket, a fishtail back, and then the buckle. I
Yeah.
really, really like those. I wear those a lot. The only issue is they're pretty worn out in like the crotch area because of all the fucking. And then
Nice.
yeah, exactly. And then they're also pretty low rise, which I think was relatively common. Like even like for true vintage pants for summer weight stuff and light pants, just because it's like technically more airflow. It's cooler if you wear low rise pants, but obviously I prefer the high rise.
Yeah.
I've also owned a couple. I got a pair of white Baker pants from J Crew when I worked there. That was one of the things that I got for free. Because it's like you get an outfit when you start working there, and I was like, do I have to like pick regular chinos or can I get something kind of cool? And so I got those. And they're not bad. Like they're not cut like super slim or anything. I didn't have a problem with that. I just thought the fabric was too like lightweight and didn't really drape the way I wanted, so I don't really wear those anymore.
hmm
And then in terms of jackets, I used to have a white like 50s Palm Beach.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I sold that one because it was just like too big. And I have a seersucker jacket, which is like white and like gray striped,
hmm
or like a kind of like a very desaturated blue, I guess.
Yeah.
But I wear that one a lot during the summer, and that's the closest thing I have to like a white sport coat. But I'm always on the lookout for that double RL white double breasted
The
suit.
one that I just sold
Yeah, exactly.
to Jay.
Uh huh. I'm
Yeah,
looking for that
I got
one.
it from Young Chomsky. Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of separates over the years. I had a Palm Beach. First off, I had a Palm Beach suit. Um, which I bought on eBay. Crazy. I ended up bleaching it at a local. Like I guess I could have done it myself, but I took it to like a wet cleaner or like a dry cleaner that also washed clothes. I said just bleach this damn thing, and so it came back really great. It
Mm-hmm.
One of the things about Palm Beach is that theoretically, if you bought another Palm Beach thing, you could also like match it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the issue there is that like I think either the bleaching made my suit whiter than my odd jacket, or the odd jacket was just cream and this one was just white.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I had a Palm Beach odd jacket that I bought, one of my first ever vintage purchases. I got it, I believe, from Benny. I got it for a crazy deal back in the day, which nowadays would be like $500. Back then it was like 200 something. I was in college, so that was like a lot of money for me. But I wore my separate one a lot because I didn't have a suit for a long time. I loved wearing it. Yeah, with I wore it with everything. I don't know if it was appropriate, but I wore it with like my brown trousers, my gray trousers, my um, navy trousers, and it did feel a little bit like Ralph Lauren, doing it with like it feels like a regular day evening wear because it just feels like so fancy on top with dark trousers.
Mm-hmm.
But like Spencer said, like white pants, I've had quite a few of those over the years. I had these like white cotton brushed flannels from Suit Supply that were like kind of like higher rise because I bought a size up and I tailored it. If you look at the back, I think MJ has those or Jay, but like the pockets are like this close together because
Mm.
they just I took it in a lot. Um, I also had I had HBT linen cotton trousers from when I worked at
Uh-huh.
Independent Republic, and those are really great. And I wore those even past into the pandemic when my style matured. Um, I still wore them until they were just too slim for me now. Like I didn't want to get them let out. And the thighs were just hugging me and everything. So I gave it to I think I
Thighs
gave
were
those
just
ones.
hugging me.
I think I gave that one to John. And John is also a friend of ours who not a menswear guy, but he loved wearing white pants. It was like his thing, white
Mm-hmm.
jeans and everything. But yeah, white pants. I wore those. I wore that with like striped t-shirts. Feels very like vacation wear. There's great pictures of like guys in the 30s wearing like a striped white t-shirt with like high waisted, really big blousey linen or Palm Beach pants. So I feel like leading into that really works. I mean, white trousers again feel really great. You can wear them with loafers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wear white pants with lace ups very often because I feel like again there's some kind of through line of like, well, if I'm being breezy, why not wear the most breezy thing you could do, which is a loafer or a leather sandal. Um, but it's also a good way to kind of it feels contemporary at the same time. So whenever I wore my cream flannels or my other white pants with like a vintage jacket, even if I was like styling at 30s, it felt like Pity Womo, which feels a bit more modern or hashtag
Yeah.
menswear. But MJ, you also wear white
Hmm.
pants a lot. Tell us how you wear your stuff.
Um, well, my first my first pair of white pants were actually the Uniqlo Slim Fit chinos that
Mhm.
I've worn like less than a handful of times.
Yeah.
Um, and then, of course, the like you were saying, the older pants that you gave me. I think I need to get those shortened a little bit because they're just like that much too long. Um, and then I have the two jackets that you've from you as well, the DB and then
Yes.
the shawl collar.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Literal evening wear. Yeah, the
yeah,
silk shawl collar jacket,
yeah,
DB jacket.
used that one. Yeah, and that one we used for black tie, which was cool.
Yeah, for
But
Jay's birthday.
anyways, I usually wear those since I wear the tie the least of the three of us. It's usually like with bold shirts, color wise.
Do you think
Um,
that wearing white emboldens you to do that because of like the lack of color?
yeah, kind of. That's why I like to do. I know you mentioned like a hotline, or not Hotline
Hotline
Miami,
Bling.
yeah, Hotline
Or the
Miami,
other one. There we go.
yeah,
The other hotline one.
Miami Vice sort of thing.
Yeah.
Open collar shirts and like um, alohas stuff like that. So, yeah, that's I yet to have a fully white suit or Palm Beach suit, but you know, add it to the
You
list.
will. Yeah.
I will.
I mean, yeah, I'm really glad that I outgrew my 1940s Palm Beach. I sold it to Jay, and it fits him really well. Like I remember when I sold it to him, I put on the jacket. You could see my shoulders popping out of that thing. My biceps were
My
were
shoulders.
Yeah.
fucking swole.
It's about to
But no,
burst, man.
I recently, at least at the time of recording, received my white linen DB from Atelier Fugue. Made it the exact way I want it. 4-on-2. I roll it to the one. Patch pockets. Swelled edges. That's one thing I think I like on white suits. Make it more casual, despite people
Yeah.
thinking white is a formal thing. Again, also the connotations to workwear, but like swelled edges feel very casual. So my white suit has that, and like a full cut trouser. So I'm back. I can now do separates because I didn't own any white trousers for a while. I guess I didn't have like
Wow.
these like I have like these like paint splattered ish with like a one hole that should get patched. It's like these
I got
like
this paint
cotton
splattered ish.
work trousers, like twill work trousers
Yeah.
with side tabs from like the 30s or 40s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wear those as much. Those feel like more of a Spencer move. I feel like whenever I wear like a trouser, I'd rather just wear it with a sport coat, and these ones are decidedly more casual. However,
Mm.
this year I do want to lean into casual stuff more. So you might see these work pants be worn a lot more. Um, and like Spencer said, I used to have the double RL linen belt back DB, which I got because I gave MJ my Palm Beach DB jacket because I couldn't fit into that anymore. But I sold that double RL one or the Polo Ralph Lauren one to Jay because I got the Atelier Fugue linen suit. So
Yep.
there's that. I also want to do a mention of my white or off-white cream, whatever you want to call it, balloon fabric jacket from Ring Jacket. That one I got.
Okay.
They made that during when Ring Jacket USA was still a thing, and
Mm.
so it was on Drop 93. I bought it because I've always wanted a single-breasted white jacket, and I used to have one a long time ago. It was also one of my first belt backs. It was Irish linen 1930s belt back, 2-button, no padding in the shoulders, triple patch pocket, fantastic. By swing back, so cool. It was very early 30s, so it was very short even when I first bought it, and now I couldn't fit into it.
No,
So I
no.
gave that to Isabel, who I hope will enjoy it because I'd rather her wear it than me try and attempt to sell it. And if anyone's listening to me, if you want to make me an
If
offer,
anyone's listening
you
to
can
me.
you can offer me
Anybody
something
out there?
for that. But
Yeah.
if not, my girlfriend should wear it, and hopefully she feels like she should because it's cool. But anyway, I got the Drop 93 or ring jacket one because I love wearing a white jacket. I wore it a lot, just like my DB one. And so now that it's back, I'm trying to make it this year. I want to wear it more often. And something I
Nice.
realized that we didn't really talk about is when people wear white, they usually do sharp contrast, right? They usually do it with, um, you know, with black tie, dark trousers, right? Or when it's white pants, wear it with a dark jacket, with a navy jacket, whatever. It feels very
Yeah.
naval. Or you wear the full thing. I kind of want to do this year, leaning into doing tonal stuff with white. So
Okay.
recently I wore my white single-breasted sport coat with khaki Gurkha shorts, and I mean, maybe some people didn't like it. I know it's kind of jarring, but I loved it. I thought it was really
Hmm.
cool. I love the idea of like this white jacket with khaki, and the khaki
Mhm.
Gurkha shorts are like a true like military like khaki. They're like I guess maybe like darker honey or whatever, which again people might think is a little too close. Like it's not enough
Yeah.
contrast, but I thought that was super. I loved it. It was really great. I wore it with a white and red, but it was like a red pencil stripe, so like the white was still the main part of the color, but the red and white stripe OCBD were with cream socks and white suede penny loafers. And I like
Some
that. I
little
think,
loafs.
yeah, I thought that was really cool to kind of match different shades that most people would probably just again lean further to contrast. But I thought that was really cool. So maybe you guys will see me wear my white jackets with you know khaki trousers or vice versa, where I wear like a khaki jacket with white pants, which I feel like is a bit better. Again, it kind of can feel like you're trying to make a fake suit, like what people will do with like mismatching shades of like navy. But I think it's kind of a fun intentional choice. I think white is strong enough where there's always going to be contrast, but not
Uh-huh.
doing too much of a stark contrast. So overall, I feel like the message here is that white is great. It has a lot of fun connotations. I think it's cool to, like the article from Slate said, that you can dress in service of something or referencing something. Like I think for me, it is a little bit of like, David Hockney, Esquire Man, Great
Yeah.
Gatsby, and
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's just kind of funny that this is like a color that is I feel like a lot of guys might be like scared to wear just like all white or something. But like as we kind of said, I feel like it's so easy to wear. It just goes with everything. It looks good. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bustin makes me feel good.
I feel like it should be more emboldened to do that. I feel like it definitely takes a personality, it takes a special approach to doing this, but I think it's definitely rewarding. And if you think that your wardrobe, if it's foundational to your style, as in you can see yourself wearing this more than once and breaking it up, I think a white suit is great. Otherwise, white pants, no brainer. White jacket, underrated. I know I tried to sell my um the Ralph Lauren belt back to James, and he said it felt like he was wearing a lab coat too much. And I guess that's fair. I feel like if you are wearing it, with like slacks or whatever, but I feel like leaning into like the dandiness of it a little bit, wearing it with a tie or wearing it with like an open collar shirt, I feel like really gets into it. Again, there is Saturday Night Fever, and maybe I will wear my white suit despite its like 10-inch hem and full leg. Wearing it with like a black shirt and boots, kind of just.
Well, because I mean, we didn't really talk about this, but I feel like wide fits just lend themselves to white suits better. Like it's more flowy, it's more it's more breezy.
I mean, yeah, white is such a severe thing. Yeah, it's so severe that you want to offset that like intentionality with like slouch to it. You can't. Oh, a slim fit white suit feels now you're. I mean, slim fit in general, overly slim fit or skinny fit feels a little bit too much like hustle culture or hashtag menswear entrepreneur, but a big white fit feels like I don't care.
I don't give a shit.
Like it feels frumpy while still being very pointed towards something. That's like when you see the photos of Tom Wolfe doing it, like clearly he's a guy who cares a lot. I mean he writes books, he makes something out of nothing, but he looks so at ease wearing the white suit, and that should be like the goal. And like you said, I think the silhouette definitely is a factor into that. Not gonna lie, photos of Niles Crane wearing like it's not the white suit, but like the white linen shirt with white linen pants, epic, so good.
Well, I can't remember what book it was that he was writing, but I remember reading that Tom Wolfe would like for research would infiltrate college parties. But this was when he was still like wearing his like white 3-piece suits and everything. He wouldn't dress up as a college student or anything. He would just show up, and he said that he. Still able to talk to people, still able to do research and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not.
But it's just really funny to imagine like a middle-aged guy just showing up to a college party in like a white 3-piece suit.
Yeah. And again, the key there is just to be a cool. I mean, we said it with the rule of cool. Like, just be cool. Like, don't. You don't have to affect some kind of personality when you're wearing a white suit. I mean, it might make you feel fancy, but you don't have to be like, oh, hello, I'm just a white
hello.
suit.
What if you just sound like that? What if you're a total casual guy, but you're just like, hello?
What if
hello? Have you guys seen
all dress like
Frankie Foster lately?
She's sexy.
Yeah.
I want to have sex with a tune.
You could look up pictures for free on the internet, Spence.
Yeah. There you go. Those are free too. Thinking of creating something out of nothing, I'll just draw Jessica Rabbit doing what I want, right?
Yeah. And guess where we're gonna post that?
The Patreon.
That's right.
Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy, wacky episode on the white suit, white jacket, and a little bit about the white pant. If you guys, if you want to join in the totally slutty and smutty discussions of clothing, hey, I just wrote an article about why seduction is important from clothes. You should be seduced. But you can go to patreon.com/downdirection. $5 a month gets you access to our Discord where our fans are totally hanging out. It's not imperative. People still submit to Sad Head Thursday without being a patron, so it's totally fine.
Yeah.
But if you do want to,
place on the internet.
Yeah, but if you want to, you can join us on Patreon. It also gives you access to our bonus episodes where we cover stuff like Spencer's New York trip, movies like Live by Night. Bad movies like Live by Night, and good movies like The Player, or what's another good? I guess Back to the Future, Chinatown. There we go. That's a good one we did.
There you go.
So that's fun there. And if you want to increase the fun for us, you give us $10 a month. And only a select number of people do that. And who are they, MJ? Who are we thanking for the $10 tier?
Our Sadcast fanatics, Austin Malott, Shane Curry, Philip Regard, Henrik Ulberg, Jarek Collian, and Alexander Batten.
Thank you all.
We appreciate you guys so much. We hope everyone has a great summer. Hags, right? Have a great summer.
Hangs.
Haggy.
Haggy
we'll
the Dark
see.
Clown.
Oh.
It's actually Saggy
He has
the
a
Dark Clown.
He has a laugh. Yeah.
That's kind of an evil clown.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Renaissance Fair, we should do a bonus on the Renaissance Fair. That should be kind of
Yeah,
maybe.
about the evil clowns that we see.
Yeah, and the. Well, I don't want to say it, but I think the
Okay.
guys know exactly what I'm talking about at the Renaissance Fair. I don't know if I since mentioned the photo, but there was a competition for the thing we were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy stuff. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Burba.